Hi, my name is Jesus Romo, and I did my book report on the book Man Searching for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. The short backstory on Viktor E. Frankl: he was an Austrian Holocaust survivor, so he lived through in through concentration camps and being a prisoner of that time. He was also the founder of logotherapy, which is this type of therapy that makes you focus on the meaning of life primarily before anything else. So that's your goal in life. The point of this therapy is to figure out what that is and how you can achieve it. Pretty simple in theory, but pretty hard in practice. Okay, so an overview of the book. So the book is super interesting. It's separated in two pieces. The first half being about Frankel's experiences in the concentration camps and how he processed talking to people and everything around him. It was really interesting because he was a psychologist before the concentration camp, so he knew how to identify and how to talk to people and how to read and understand people. It's really interesting because he got to know something. I mean, well, this book shows you something that you would never usually see. It's like the real inner workings of prisoners and guards and all this. It's super interesting. It's basically he basically talks about how attitude can really be in the matter of life and death. If you have the right attitude, you can pretty much survive through most things, and humans can adapt to pretty much anything. In the second part of the book, he explains through logotherapy and gives more examples of patients and how he helped them, and it goes really in depth into that, into his field. In the second half of the book, it's really cool. Let's see, value improving relationship, right? That's pretty cool. So it's really helpful for having a like strong relationship with yourself because you get to understand yourself more, and it gives you like a more like inner peace more than anything. Because with logotherapy, and if you learn it how it teaches you in the book, you figure out like your own meaning of life and like your own attitude, in that in that no one has the same meaning of life, and the meaning of life is different for everyone. So everyone has their own set goals. Everyone has their own set way of thinking. You can't base yourself if you're right or wrong based on someone else, because you're your own person, and that's super cool and inspiring. I'd honestly review this book at a 4 out of 5 stars. That's and I'd really recommend it to anyone who's really interested in the Holocaust survivors and about books about that time period, because as I said before, it really gives you like a really inner workings explanation of how the survivors were thinking and how they processed the whole situation with each other and on their own, and how they dealt with it with the guards, and it's a whole situation that you don't get taught in history books. Like you get more parts revealed. Like not all guards were technically awful. I mean they were pretty bad, but not all of them. Some had like good hearts, and were just there because it's a job type deal. So they wouldn't do anything to like prisoners, and like some prisoners were pretty crappy people. Not gonna lie, like and it's just weird things like that that don't make into history books or just get left out somewhere. But yeah, I'd recommend this book to anyone who's interested in that. Cool, cool. Have a nice day. Bye.